Zakama National Park in southeastern Chad is teeming with wildlife. It's a 1,900 square mile haven in a Texas-sized region that was until recently one of the most intact wilderness areas on the continent. But even this seeming multitude of life is but a shadow of an earlier time. Only 30 years ago, some 300,000 elephants roamed this area. Their population has dwindled to perhaps 10,000 today. Wildlife Conservation Society conservationist Mike Fay, on a mission with the government of Chad, has been surveying the region from the air for the past 2 years with a multinational team. The team includes Pierre Pacour, Etienne Ngakutu, Nicolas Tulua, and Louis Serrans. This time, the intrepid conservationist is about to encounter a tragedy of almost staggering proportions. He and his team flew outside the boundary of Zakama National Park, looking for elephants on the move.
On the first day outside the park, boom, we run into a fresh carcass. And about 5 seconds later, we see a camp. And there are 6 guys running around, horses, and these guys looked very guilty. And they took off.
Eventually, Fay would count more than 5 separate elephant massacre sites, totaling 100 animals. More than half appeared to have been killed just days before. They were stripped of their tusk, suggesting the illegal trade in ivory is on the upswing.
Slowly but surely that price of ivory has been coming up. Slowly but surely people are more lackadaisical about protecting elephants and about the trade in ivory.
According to Fay, wildlife gathers at Zakama National Park during the dry season because it contains one of the few wet spots in an arid region. Every afternoon, huge herds of elephants thunder to the watering hole, seemingly frantic for a drink after foraging for food.
They're banded together in these very large herds, and they come down to the water holes together, and everybody's having fun, and everybody's playing and talking to one another and socializing, you know, and these are looking like pretty happy elephants.
The park is guarded by more than 80 heavily armed rangers. But during the wet season, the animals move outside of the park into areas where elephants have roamed for generations. And here, they encounter a new generation of poachers, heavily armed with automatic weapons. Poaching is a way of life for some Africans desperate to survive in economically devastated regions. Fay accepts no excuses.
You have very little sympathy for the poachers because they waste huge amounts of meat that perhaps others could eat. But not only that, they're destroying a population of elephants, one of the last left in Central Africa, for a little bit of ivory, you know, and these guys could be doing other things.
Encountering poachers was harrowing.
On day 3 of the survey, we flew over this poachers camp. And on the second passover, I could see this guy holding his AK-47. On the third passover, when I took a picture of him, he was shooting at the airplane. Luckily, he didn't hit the plane, but it just shows these guys are ruthless. They'll kill anybody or anything for money.
Fay's team informed Chadian authorities of the elephant carnage. The government and the European Union, which worked together to protect wildlife in Zakama Park, decided to conduct emergency patrols in the surrounding area.
What we're going to do, and what we've started to do, is beef up wet season patrols now outside the park, getting the airplane up in the air much more frequently, following these migration corridors.
But the park is only 150 miles west of the Sudanese conflict area of Darfur, and rebels are active in the region. Protecting these massive beasts from well-armed poachers will be a major undertaking, But without action, these great herds may disappear from the African landscape for good.
We could very easily see this last stronghold, Zakoma, because literally for 300 miles around there's not a viable elephant population other than this little tiny island that's left. We could see those guys get wiped out in a period of a couple of years.
Sponsored by National Geographic Mission Programs, taking science and exploration into the new millennium.
For the best subscription offers to any National Geographic magazine, log on to nationalgeographic.com/magazines.